Lesson 51, simplifying rational expressions with like denominators. First, let's talk about excluded values. When we have fractions, there are some values, particularly if we have a variable in the denominator, there may be values of the variable that we cannot have, that are not allowed, and these are called excluded values. And what we watch for in denominators is denominators cannot equal 0. We cannot divide by 0. Cannot divide by 0. Very important. Cannot, that's an equal sign with a line through it, means not equal to 0. Cannot divide by 0. Well, what would make this denominator, what value of m would make this denominator equal to 0? Well, if we had 5m and we said that it was equal to 0, but instead of equal, let's just put a line through it and say not equal to 0, and we divide both sides by 5, well, 5 canceled into 5, so we'd have m is not equal to, what's 0 divided by 5? 0. So m cannot be equal to 0 for this problem here. That's the excluded value. Okay, we have a variable in the denominator in this expression, m plus 1. So let's change colors. M plus 1 equal 0, but not equal to 0, not equal to 0. And how would we solve this for not equal to 0? Well, we would solve by adding minus 1 to both sides, and the ones would add out here, and we'd get m is not equal to minus 1. So if m were minus 1 here, we would have what? Minus 1 plus 1, which is equal to what? 0. And we would be dividing by 0. But minus 1 is the excluded value for this expression right here. Okay, so here's a problem. Let's see if we can simplify this. Well, what is the excluded value to begin with? Well, we have m minus 3 not equal to 0. Add 3 to both sides. So m, what? M is not equal to 3. So that's our excluded value. Let's put a little excluded value here. Excluded value. And now let's see if we can simplify this. Do we have any factors that we can factor in the numerator? Well, I see a factor of 2 that we can factor. 2 times m minus 3 divided by m minus 3. M minus 3 is a factor in the numerator. M minus 3 is also a factor in the denominator. And we can cancel factors, so we can cancel this. As long as m is not equal to 3, we can cancel these factors. So this expression would be equal to 2. Simplifying rational expressions with like denominators. Back in elementary school, we had fractions with like denominator that we had to add. 7/13 plus 2/13. Just simply add the numerators. That would be equal to 9/13. Well, how would we add these two expressions? Or subtract in this case? Well, they have a like denominator of r squared. So we have 4f over r squared minus 2f over r squared. So what did we do up here? We added the numerators. Well, in this case, we're going to do what? We're going to subtract the numerator. So 4f minus 2f is 2f over r squared. Oh, and this looks complicated. First, let's get rid of our negative exponents. And remember how we do that. If we have a negative exponent in the numerator, we can carry it to the denominator. It becomes a positive exponent. So we can write the 6m to the minus 2n to the fourth. We can write that as 6. And we can carry the m to the minus 2 to the denominator. And that becomes m squared. N to the fourth stays in the numerator. Plus, and we have some minus exponents here. Now, the 3 is not raised to a minus exponent. Only the variable m and n are raised to the negative exponent. So the 3 stays up, and the 4 to the minus 4, it would go up will become n to the plus 4, that's an n, divided by, and the m to the minus 2 would go down, m to the minus, or to the plus 2 now. Come to the plus 2, let me erase that. And now we have like denominators. So we have 6n to the 4th plus 3n to the 4th. Well, we have like denominators, so we just simply add the numerators. 6n to the 4th plus 3n to the 4th is 9n to the 4th over m squared. And that would be our answer. Okay, here's our homework for lesson 51, 1 through 11, 14 through 16, 19, 20, 22 through 27, and 30. Please email the answers to number 9 and number 11. Please email me those answers tonight. Thank you.